months. Here's Lucas Moragas in that more advanced role. Looking to set something up for the Central Coast. They were trying to create an overload there on the left-hand side, but Ryan Teague wouldn't allow that. Picked up in midfield here by 16-year-old, or 17 as he is now, Haynes. On the right, it's Miguel de Pizio. Back through Brian Kaltak. Paul to spread the play for Moragas. A bit of room here for Mikhail Doka. Looking to run at Teague. Doka took it off the toe of Harrison Steele, who I think was shaping for the shot, but now the offside flag goes up and halts that Mariners momentum. They let it go on a fair way, didn't they, before blowing the whistle?
Referee's assistant on the other side stopped, went again, stopped again. And thought, well, I have to let it go and see if anything comes of it. As it went backwards, and the moment was lost, the flag went up.
Carelessly given away by first Rawlins, and then the Mariners giving it straight back to Melbourne Victory. Nishant Valupalai on the charge through the middle. It's a good readjustment by Brian Kaltak. Very composed defending. Doka all wrapped up in midfield, and there's no foul on the Brazilian.
There was a moment when Brian Kaltak just stepped forward there, and all three Mariners players in front of him stepped towards the ball. He was looking for someone to spin and go in behind. The Melbourne Victory defence was very high. We've seen opposition in recent weeks use those runs to very good effect in behind Melbourne Victory.
Roderick Miranda striding forwards. He's been sent off in this fixture in 2 of the last 3 meetings, including in round 1 in Gosford, which ended goalless. Hamill going up towards Fornaroli, who did reach it. Comfortable for Pariah Cullen. And interesting, that rotation among Arthur Dillis's front line tonight. 3 in, 3 out. Maybe some of those who've been playing in recent weeks have been put on notice, Macca.
I guess so. Performance was subpar last week, and maybe Arthur Dillis has just said, well, if it's under what I expect, well, come and have a sit. Someone else can have a go.
And when you've got 3 Socceroos to bring in, it's quite a luxury, isn't it?
Well, you mentioned the 3 Socceroos. A certain Tony Popovich is sitting in the box next to us.
With the black book.
Always with the black book.
Valupalai. Nicely opening up the space here for Josh Rawlins to drive forward. Moragas after him. Still Rawlins. And it breaks here for Reno Piscopo. Just tries to jab it futsal style towards the goal. Couldn't really get the power.
There's just too many bodies around him. Brian Kaltak, the first protagonist, and another 2 came to his aid.
Shrugged off the ball by Storm Rue. Sean Evans just waited to see if any advantage would accrue Victory's way before blowing the whistle. Zani being tightly watched by Nathan Paul. Casey Voss, whose brother Geordie is here to watch him today. this parish, of course, though in city blue rather than Victory's navy blue. Teague. Straight out towards Rawlins. Back through Hamill. Arthur Dillis urging his team to go forward. Hamill. Zani going first time. A challenge, Maragis. Paul's block, David Arzani. We've got a problem with the ball here. There's Tony Popovic, national team coach, men's team that is, and of course a former Victory coach as well. And there is Jordan Boss, now of course playing in Belgium with Westerlo, and enjoying a soft drink. I think.
He's got his shirt on, ready to go out now after the game, hasn't he?
His brother Casey was Victory's hero late on last week against Brisbane. Oh, mistake here could open the door. Oh dear, Haynes with a gift for Nishat Valupale. And he buried it into the corner. Great start for Melbourne Victory. Horror moment for Haynes.
Well, it's good to see senior Mariners players get around Haynes. It was a horrible error on the Harvey Norman replay. Just as he goes to spin, he just loses it. And it's a tidy finish from Nishan Valupale, first time. He just lost track as he went to turn, Haynes, and it bobbles fortuitously for Nishan Valupale, who's Johnny on the spot, and that's a fantastic finish into the bottom corner. Just the start that Melbourne Victory would have wanted.
Well, difficult not to feel sorry for the 17-year-old, and as you rightly say, Macca, they're quick to get their arms around the teenager. Nishan Valupale with his 4th of the season as he closes in on a century of A-League matches. And he's justified his inclusion already tonight. And the national team coach, no doubt, taking note as well. Victory free kick, infringement by Depizio. And Haynes will have a long career, Macca, and he'll learn from moments like that.
Yeah, well, look, mistakes happen when you're wanting to go and get on the ball in those areas. At times, you're going to make errors. When you make an error in that area, you're invariably get punished. But they'll want him to keep going, get the ball there, because he's such a confident young ball player. Go and get that ball, go and move us forward. Mistakes happen. It's the next one now.
Mariners looking to get back square. Still on the move with Storm Roux. That goal, by the way, 50th. Victory have scored in home games against the Mariners since the league's inception back in 2005. And here goes Nishan Valupale again, buoyed by that goal, but pass was behind Daniel Arzani. Teague trying to make sure that he wasn't turned by Docker, and there was just a stray arm across the face as they jostled for position, which did catch Docker. Part of the hustle and bustle of the game. Wide by Arzani. This is lovely stuff from Victory, and Valupale sizing up another opportunity before Harrison Steele slid in.
Well, neat play down that left-hand side. Valupale, Arzani and Boss all involved. Steele had to be alert, snuff out the danger.
So corner for Melbourne Victory, which Renault Piscopo will take in front of the travelling Mariners supporters. Whipped in towards the near post and punched away by Parage Cullen. Piscopo again finds the angle for the cross. Up and away by Steele and further clear by Docker. Reset through T. Arzani. Valadon. Hamill being closed out pretty quickly by Feijão. They are effectively, I guess, a team without a recognised number 9 this evening, the Mariners. Vitor Feijão, naturally a wide player. Vizio getting the better of his opponent. And then Roderick Miranda stepping across, but it's a bit loose from both teams. But now Nishan Balupale gets clear of Storm Roux. And the Victory driving forward. They've got 4 in this attack. Here's Daniel Arzani just stretching for it. Needed that little bit of extra quality on the pass. Valadon keeps it going. In there was Lucas Maragis. Dillis playing ball boy. Casey Boss. The players made several good inroads down that side of the field. And the ball breaks in for Fornaroli, but contact just about did enough and allowed Parage Cullen to pounce on the ball.
A little sloppy again from the Mariners. Storm Roux just unaware. Boss was belting down on him. Just no scanning, no awareness.
Victory just that little bit sharper at the moment.
Yeah.
Have a look at the As Live ladder. Victory, if they were to win today, would go up to 4th. Earlier on today, Adelaide frustrated by Brisbane at home. That one ended 1 apiece. Western United piling on the goals on Wellington Phoenix. Who may well now be all but out of contention for the top 6. And the Mariners maybe not far behind if they lose again today here. Docker. Turned high by Eames. Went through by Sainsbury for De Vizio. Back through Roux. Steele. Throughout all their struggles this season, the Central Coast Mariners, their away form has been pretty good. Just the 1 defeat. 3 wins, 5 draws. That solitary loss came in a 4-1 reverse away to Sydney FC. They are trailing here next to Nishan Balupale.
Well, it's the draws that have hurt them this year. 9 for the Mariners, more than any other team.
A bit of a problem for Casey Boss here. I wonder if that's from that challenge with Storm Roux a few minutes ago. Brother Geordie watching on anxiously perhaps. And there's no Adama Traore on the bench today for Victory, who would be a natural replacement, of course, although Lachlan Jackson could certainly slot in there. Victory hoping that won't be necessary. This little injury break does give us a chance to go down and say good evening to Michael Zapponi, who's pitch side for us. Zappa.
Yeah, thank you so much, Simon. What's been intriguing to watch from Melbourne Victory is that front three and the way they've really been working hard and pressing hard on the Central Coast Mariners. And Daniel Arzani in particular, his work rate has been right up there. But what we know from Daniel is he hasn't done that enough for 90 minutes. So the challenge for him tonight will be to continue to do that for a good 90 minutes and continue to show that pressure. The other thing I really like to see is Rene Piscopo in that number 10 position. We've seen him play in various positions for Melbourne Victory this season, but I find that he's more suited to that role and he's looked comfortable early as a number 10.
Sure has. Thanks, Zappa. Daniel Arzani, of course, had a gauntlet laid down to him really by Tony Popovic, saying that he needed to be more consistent. No, maybe it wasn't that collision with Stormer, who just seemed to land a little bit awkwardly there, or twist or something.
It's a good spot from our team.
Here's Mikael Docker, and rebound favours Maragis. Seen out for a corner by Hamill. Mitch Langerak not tested as yet. Maybe that's about to change. Nathan Paul was dangerous from set pieces last week against Western United. Casey Boss back with us now, by the way. Sean Evans not quite ready for the corner. Which Mikael Docker is about to deliver. Hamill again at the near post. Eames trying to see that ball safely out for a throw. And the whistle goes in favour of the Mariners. A throw.
Throwing, yeah.
Thought for a moment Sean Evans had blown for a foul. I think Victory did too. Got a little piece of it, and that was enough to divert it towards the physio. Good cover provided by Miranda. Lupale forward for Boss. And it's going to be a Mariners throw. Final touch off Casey Boss. Back by Caltech. Unchallenged header for Roderick Miranda. Bounced over the head of Nishan Lupale. A chance for the physio to turn. It's good pressing by Victory, forcing the turnover. Fordaroli puts it out in front of Daniel Arzani. Another go here, Arzani, and Paraic Collin couldn't hold it. There's Docker. That's a great run from the little Brazilian. And they find the end product here, the Central Coast. Maragis. Docker. Now Victory have numbers back. And Boss's intervention. I wonder whether Mikael Docker might have been tempted to shoot there.
Well, he thought about it, didn't he? And then he balked at the idea.
Casey Boss still struggling a bit with that injury. I think they agreed with that decision. more straightforward. Nice touch by DePizio. Just on his heels. Stormroot went to give him the ball back from the return. Ball down here by Fornaroli. It's going to be a victory free kick. And just a conversation between referee and Trent Sainsbury. Just back in the team after suspension.
It's a clear foul, isn't it? Just right through the back of Bruno Fornaroli.
He's kept his cards in his pocket for now, Sean Evans. Hamilton played forward. Arzani spots the space for Casey Boss. Cross deflected, looped up into the penalty area. Breaks here for Teague. Teague set himself quite nicely, but couldn't find the finish.
Well, Melbourne Victory just look a little sharper, don't they? A little bit more fluent when they do get that ball and start heading forward. Combinations, 1-2s. The Mariners, on the other hand, just seem a little hesitant to go forward. Seem to be second-guessing themselves at times.
I wonder if Ryan Teague might be one of those on the radar of Tony Popovich, certainly on the radar of the Chinese national team, if we believe the press reports.
It's attracting a lot of attention.
Fornaroli turning it wide. Here's Arzani firing in a low cross, which is steered away to safety by Sainsbury. And there was just a little touch off Arzani, in the opinion of Marvin Shunmaganathan, the linesman, which Arzani disputes.
Not a bad ball into a good area.
Rawlins. Nathan Paul breaching in, flicked by Valupale. Amazing what a goal does for confidence of a team. It looks perhaps a little tentative at the start, Victory, but the goal has brought a surge in confidence.
Well, they're certainly controlling this game. Central Coast Mariners finding it rather difficult to get any meaningful possession going forward.
Arzani. Lovely ball by Hamill. Teague. Valupale. Arzani is open wide on the right. Slightly heavy first touch by the winger. Oh, he's done well with that little reverse ball from Rawlins, and he still might get there. In the end, sorted out between Maragis and Parayach-Cullen. It's those little 1%ers for Daniel Arzani. Just maybe took his eye off the ball, thinking about the next pass. It almost got away from him.
It's not through a lack of trying, is it? It's just seemed to fall for him at the moment. Just when he wants it to, just when he needs it to.
The chest of Roux, but straight at Valupale. Winless run for the Mariners. Currently at 6 in the A-League. You can make it 8 in all competitions, including the last 2 Champions League elite matches. He's not going to reach that one. Last win was 3-1 away to the Wanderers on the 17th of January. It's been a real tough year for the reigning champions.
Well, as you said, Simon, it's very difficult when you consistently lose a number of your starting team. Throw in he's in Champions League elite as well. It's a very difficult season.
Piscopo picking the ball up in that number 10 role. And shooting and claiming a corner off Kaltak, and he'll get it.
See there, a little nick off the calf of Brian Kaltak.
Piscopo, who earned the corner, will also deliver the corner. Miranda and Hamill lurking at the back post. It goes towards the near. Storm Roux was stationed. Piscopo. Valadon. Now Teague. A little bit tight in there for Arzani. Again, the Mariners struggling to get out. Here's Forteroli, charged down by Kaltak. Luke is down. Arzani, I should say, on the far left-hand side. He's back up on his feet now, ready to receive the ball. Throw. Full time in the 6 o'clock kickoff today at Ironbark Fields. Western United beating Wellington Phoenix by 4 goals to 1. A couple of goals for Matt Grimaldi in that one. Stumble from Bryce Cullen, even though he's 6'5", he needed every single one of those inches.
He needed to be 6'6" there, obviously. Just looking a little shaky. Mariners really struggling with confidence. You look across their last 3 matches, as we have another look here, Daniel Arzani just making himself a nuisance. In the last 3 games, Mariners have scored 1 goal, and that was an own goal by Tomoki Imai. Last outing against Western United. That's been a real problem for them this year.
So far, Mitch Langerak relatively untroubled. That's intelligent ball by Valupale. Easy boss, perhaps not moving with 100% freedom. Able to get around Sainsbury. But again, the Mariners turn the ball over all too easily. It's really struggling for any sort of fluency.
We have to give credit to the press for Melbourne Victory as well.
That too.
I think the Mariners are lacking in confidence, but Melbourne Victory are very lively. When they lose that ball, they put pressure on straight away. When any ball's played long, Hamill, Miranda, Teague, and even Valadon, they're all stepping in and winning the ball quickly.
Punch in the back of Arzani by Harrison Steele. Boss, Teague. Lupale's really going to have to go to get there, and he did. And here's Casey Boss, looking to make it 2 goals in 2 matches.
That was a good opportunity Valupale did really well to get there. Like it was a little overhit for him.
He was second favourite, wasn't he, really?
Yeah, did very well to get anything there. Just needs to get the foot over the ball from that kind of range. Anything on target's a chance.
Again, Mariners just coughing the ball up far too easily. Victory returned the compliment this time. Docker kept the ball in play, but that was about it. Rawlins. Oh, lovely touch from Piscopo. And it breaks here for Rawlins. And now Valupale. It's Michel Valupale. Open goal for the Rolly. And somehow the Mariners keep it out. I think finally a touch off the goalkeeper to see it behind for a corner. Bruno Fornaroli going for the spectacular once again.
He's enjoying himself, isn't he? You can see, looks like it's onside. Well, definitely as he leaves it there, but that one's probably not as clear cut. Bruno Fornaroli doesn't mind the acrobatic. Grage Cullen got up and recovered well. They seem to be knocking on the door victory.
Corner work short to Ozani. Piscopo charged down by Docker. Sent back by Rawlins for Hamill. Miranda. Valadon. Josh Rawlins calling for it down the right-hand side, but not seen by his teammates. Heavy touch by Valadon. Again, look how quick Victory are to win the ball back. Fornaroli sending Voss a little wider than he wanted. Still good field position here for Victory. Valupale through the gap for Azadi, looking for the return ball, but too strong.
Well, Melbourne Victory are really winning the battle, aren't they? Anything that comes out, they're first to it. They're not giving the Mariners a sniff to get out of their back third.
It's a performance so far that will please Arthur Dillis. And the Mariners are really rattled.
There's such big distances between the Mariners as well. When you take a step back and have a look at their formation when they have the ball, it's like a big circle around the outside. Hayneems and Harrison Steele just sat in front of the back three. There's this huge gaping space in the middle of midfield. It's forcing them to go long, and you've got Mikel Docker and Fei Xiao, who aren't the biggest of players. It's not their game to be winning longer balls, and it just keeps coming back. Mikel Docker, I'm watching him now, he's just shaking his head, and you can tell he's very frustrated.
Yeah, he's not a happy camper at the moment, is he? Boss. Here's Piscopo. That deflection could really have gone anywhere.
They're really enjoying themselves down that left-hand side. Melbourne Victory as well. Getting in behind with monotonous regularity. And you just feel there's another goal coming.
Again, Piscopo working the short corner. Out by Roux at the near post. Back with Teague. Alzani. 1-2 with Boss. Zani looking to hit Hamill at that back post, and he'll pick up the scraps here. And again, the Mariners are just stood like statues.
Yeah, it's like they're waiting for the other person to go and do the job. Very lackluster.
Zani whips in the cross, looking for Brendan Hamill a third time. He wasn't of a mind to get back in defence until a chance came his way.
Not a known goal scorer, is he?
No. 9 goals in 172 A-League matches would suggest not.
And 20, it's not too bad.
And Victory going, hunting in packs. It's a Mariners throw this time. Chance to relieve that pressure. Nobody seems to want the ball at the moment in yellow.
Well,
so they're forced to going long.
Well, this is it. There's a huge, as I mentioned, a huge space in midfield where there are no Mariners. They either go really high and wide, and it's like there's just a big circle of Mariners players with the 2 sixes just sitting in front of the back three, and there's just no options.
And I guess in fairness, Macca, there are 1 or 2 square pegs in round holes today. Mikael Docker's virtually played every position this season, bar goalkeeper. Feijão is not a central striker. Lucas Moragas is playing high up on the left-hand side. They're not natural positions for these players. And now they've got a problem with their goalkeeper as well, by the way. As have Victory with Roderick Miranda, seemingly.
Is this a hamstring?
It would look like it. Roderick Miranda is hobbling as well. So, problem or 2 for either side. And I tell you what, that's the issue for Miranda, just got trodden on there. And I don't think Mark Jackson will mind this little break. Gives him a chance to get the players in and give some tactical instruction because it's not been working for them.
Well, he's giving them tactical talk right now. Danny Schofield's out there as well. Lots of information. When you look at the domination that Melbourne Victory have had, it's still only 1-0, and that's what they'll be telling their players.
I think it's a toe issue for Roderick Miranda. As mentioned, I think he just got trodden on slightly by Feijão.
It's always a nice one, that, isn't it? Stud down on the big toe.
That'll throb in the morning. Bryant's Cullen is okay. See if Mark Jackson's little team talk does the trick. Forward by Hamill, there's no flag here on Fornaroli. Takes a few touches, oh, it's a lovely finish. What a strike from Bruno Fornaroli. And there's no offside flag. And Melbourne Victory have doubled their money. And it's Bruno Fornaroli's 13th goal in 21 matches against the Mariners. And a little bit of redemption for that missed spot kick in round 1, perhaps.
Well, on the Harvey Norman replay, he's timed it to perfection. Storm Rue on the far side, he's too deep. Wonderful ball over the top. Took his time, moved it one way, then the other, but it's a clinical finish from Bruno Fornaroli. Just when you were saying, will Mark Jackson's team talk have an effect? Well, it's had the opposite. Bruno Fornaroli cuts one way, sends Brian Kaltak outside and comes back out himself. And that's the kind of finish we're used to seeing from that man.
That's his 4th of the season. All have come here in Melbourne. His 53rd, all told, at Amy Park in the A-League. Second only to Jamie McLaren at this venue. And Arthur Dillis's changes tonight have proved to be the work of genius so far.
Well, I wonder if Tony Popovich may have said, get those Aussies out there. I need to have a look at them. They can do the job. Well, they're getting the job done at the moment, aren't they?
Just bounces off Fejau and out for a goal kick. And really the half-time whistle can't come quickly enough for the Central Coast. They need a big rethink second half.
Yeah, it's been pretty bleak. Faces say it all, don't they?
Donker doing his best to try and win the ball back. He in particular has cut a very frustrated figure. Sainsbury played it onto Teague, but it worked out in favour of Roux. Easily mopped up by Hamill. Here's Boss. Valupale has had a really good first half. Turned back by Teague for Brendan Hamill. One-two between Arzani and Rawlins. Teague. In the hurry along, Fejau just a little over-eager. I don't think Mark Jackson will mind that. That's the sort of grunts that they've been missing.
Well, they've been second to everything so far today. And when you look at the way that teams have had success against Victory recently, they've got midfielders on the ball, balls in behind their high line. We haven't seen the Mariners really get any possession in midfield at all tonight. They haven't posed any problems at Melbourne Victory's back line.
Just thinking in terms of second half changes for Mark Jackson. He does have a striker on the bench in Nico Duarte. Maybe a bit more of a focal point. He's also got wingers in Faisal and Thea Harris. Could change things around a little bit.
It's a very young bench as well, isn't it?
Brought down by Fejau. Eames. Roux. Physio. Again, it's just rather straightforward for Victory to tidy up. Teague to send it long. Here's Arzani, nicely off the chest for Valupale. And Valupale played it into Storm Roux. Victory fans appealing for a foul, but never really likely to be given. Victory into double figures in terms of shots. 4 of those on target. The Mariners just with the 1 and none on target. And we're into the first of 3 additional minutes at the end of the first half. We talked a fair bit about the Mariners' problems in this first half, but must almost be said, and the numbers certainly reflect it, this is probably one of Victory's better first half performances in some time. Certainly if Arthur Dillis was looking for a response to that performance in Brisbane last week, he's got it. Set forward by Rawlins. Arzani was out-muscled. Arzani nipping away at his heels. Caltech under pressure from Fordaroli. Victory fans trying to pile on the pressure on the Mariners as well. They managed to get through the first phase of the press. The second too, with a little bit of help, and Fei Zhao slides it through, but too close to Langerak. That was on there for Moragas.
Yeah, it was a sloppy pass, wasn't it? Moragas had checked his run, was looking across the line, realised he'd drifted a little offside, came back, it was on.
Langerak probably grateful for a touch of the ball. Last time he played against the Mariners, by the way, December 2009. Victory won that day, 3-0. Carlos Hernandez, Matthew Kemp, and a Nigel Bogard own goal. I thought you'd enjoy that last one, Macca.
Yeah. Nigel's watching tonight.
Sorry, Nigel. I know Macca never misses a chance to have a dig. This first half performance, no laughing matter for the Central Coast Mariners. Mark Jackson's got a big 15 minutes coming up, starting now, because they've been very much second best in the first half at Amy Park. Melbourne Victory scoring after 8 minutes through Nishan Palupale. A horrible mistake by young Hayde Eames, but one from which he will learn. And then later on, Bruno Fornaroli with a finish in inimitable Bruno fashion. And Victory had been good value for that lead. In truth, it might have been a bit more. Lot to do for the Mariners in the second half. Half-time here, Melbourne Victory 2, Central Coast Mariners 0. We're off to a break ourselves. On the other side of it, we'll run the rule over what we've just seen, the first 45 minutes on our half-time show. Stay with us.
Yeah, absolutely. You might turn your memory back to when he was playing with the Socceroos here last year when he was injured, Macca, and since that time he really has struggled to find form getting back from injury.
Yeah, look, he hasn't been in and he's been in and out of the team, hasn't been getting as many minutes as he would have liked, but gets his opportunity tonight. And most of Melbourne Victory's good stuff has been coming down that left-hand side, and he's been heavily involved in the majority of it. He's been dropping into the midfield, getting it, driving it, plays his little 1-2s and getting runs in behind. And his finish was a very good finish. You know, don't take anything away. Okay, it's an error and he's just got to slot it, but that's a good finish right in the corner to take it away from Parage Cullen. But this is the areas that they've caused all kinds of trouble. 1s, 2s around the corners, little runs in behind, and they look very dangerous. Storm Rue is spinning around like Taz because he doesn't know what's hit him.
Yeah, they need to find something, the Mariners, but yeah, Velupillay took his very early Easter present beautifully, but we need more from him in the second half because Tony Popovic is watching as well tonight, Tara.
Caceres. Then the ball over the top and Klimala's got there. Big chance here. Patrick Klimala fires Sydney FC in front. Senna threads him through. Here's Patrick Klimala going to have a go here. Oh, it's a great finish. What a goal by Patrick Klimala. A double for the pole. And Sydney have doubled their money.
This year's Alex Tobin Medal is brought to you by Isuzu UTE. The winner of the prestigious award will win their choice of a brand new top-of-the-range Isuzu D-Max or 7-seat MUX. Plus, the Isuzu UTE Alex Tobin medalist will nominate a junior football club to win $10,000. Make sure you're watching this season's grand final when the winning player and club will be revealed.
All set to go for the second half at Amy Park. The Mariners trailing 2-0 and Mark Jackson has wasted no time in going to his bench. 3 changes he's made at the interval. Storm Roux replaced by Sasha Kozewski. Miguel De Pizio replaced by Christian Theoharis. And Nico Duarte is on for Vitor Feijão. So we'll see if those changes make a difference for the Mariners, who didn't register a single shot on target in that opening 45. And this next 45, Danny McBreen, is huge for them. Lose this and they're 10 points off the top 6 with only 6 to play. Let's see how they go here. Theoharis, and it's a loose ball that Docker was looking to get on the end of. And in the end, scrambled clear by Casey Boss. And Roderick Miranda, I think, has picked up a whack to the face in the middle of all that, but is okay to go on. And a bit of a brighter start to the second period for the Central Coast.
Yeah, well, positive signs early on, but they need that to continue. It was a very bleak first half. Mark Jackson had seen enough, ringing the changes.
Sainsbury with the launch. Oh, and there's a little tangle there inside the box between Miranda and Duarte. Mark Jackson immediately turns his gaze to the screen to have a look at the replay. Well, he turned the big defender, didn't he? Although he did have his arms holding on to the back of Roderick Miranda.
Roderick Miranda had the arms in the air, didn't he, saying, I'm not doing anything here, it's all him.
And VAR has cleared that. Alex King saying, play on. Certainly sort of start that Mark Jackson would have wanted, but here's Rano Piscopo on the move. It's Fornaroli and Piscopo to unleash, but straight into row C of the North Terrace.
Well, they just did it too easy, didn't they? Piscopo picking up the ball in midfield and driving forward, getting the Mariners on the back foot straight away.
Arthur Dillis's face never betrays too much emotion. They'll be pretty satisfied with that first 45. Maybe a bit less so with that finish. There's Moragas. Harris bombing on beyond him, but Teague getting across the substitutes, sorting things out for victory.
That's perfect play from your number 6, isn't it? Tracking the run, read the play beautifully.
Sainsbury for Kozewski. Docker gets a lucky rebound. Eames. Docker. Stepping away from Galadon. Duarte stepped over the ball. Ragis. All the way back for Caltech. Harrison Steele. Now Theoharis in a good position. And he linked up with one of his teammates here. Quite find the cutback and interception from Valupale. And a brighter start to the second half by the visitors. Turning clear of Steele and then slipping at the point of contact. Presenting the ball to Lucas Maragis here. There's Theoharis outside him. Caltech. Sainsbury. Docker. Kozewski. Good tackle, Casey Voss. Beautifully timed. There's room to advance into for the fullback. And still he goes on.
Well, not only did he continue his run, he had Reno Piscopo and Daniel Arzani in acres of space on the other side. Felt 3 or 4 occasions he could have found either one of them.
Can't do that, Nico. Wrestling Ryan Teague to the floor. His uncle, Alex Brosk, would be proud.
Alex Brosk. He never met a tackle in his career, did he? He's too much finesse with Broski.
Talking of finesse, that was a lovely touch by Arzani. He did that from Sainsbury to get Mariners out of a pickle.
I just wonder if H. Cullen called for that there. A bit of confusion in the back line. You said it, Simon, it was a lovely little play in the lead-up, wasn't it? Touch around the corner.
Victory attacking the North Terrace in this second half. About to deliver their 5th corner. To get clear of Duarte. For H. Cullen, out to punch, not too convincingly. Nathan Paul claiming he was being held by Jordi Baladot. Here's Boss. Valupale. Back through Miranda. Square for Brendan Hamill. Teague. Space here again for Piscopo. Arzani. Rawlins just slightly on his heels. Not expecting that from Arzani. Theoharis carries it forward. Or at least they wanted though. Hamill back. Albeit a little inelegantly to Mitch Langerak. They did the job.
He's just getting him to do a little doggy just to keep him warm. Hasn't had much to do tonight.
Maragis. The chest of Theoharis. Two feeling that he was impeded.
It was just too slow for Maragis, wasn't it? The run from Theoharis was made, but he took too long.
All the numbers heavily in favour of the home side. Zani, nice little back heel to play in Piscopo. Rawlins drifted offside, so he wasn't used. Valadon is on. Formerly trying to pinch a piece of it at the near post, but seen behind for a corner by Brian Kaltak for the Central Coast.
Well, the Melbourne Victory really need to go on with this tonight, don't they? It's obviously the Central Coast Mariners team lacking confidence. Near the wrong end of the table. They need to make a statement here and say, this is us.
There's a little bit going on inside that penalty area. Nico Duarte is down, and Sean Evans has beckoned one or two players to come and have a conversation. Miranda has been called over now. A reminder of his issues in this fixture previously, but it's Volupele this time. It's the first caution of the night. There's a bit of push and shove by both, but you've got to be careful with the hands, particularly when they get up around the throat.
There's no real need to get involved, is there? Winning 2-0, it's comfortable. Concentrate on the game. I know it's frustrating and they're still going while the referee's talking. They're all in the background.
It's going on again at the back post here.
It's a royal rumble at the back post.
Duarte determined to stand his ground. Volupele desperate to break clear of those shackles. Sean Evans again is going to delay the corner and have more words. We could be here all night. And then Hamill's just sunk to his knees. And after all that, the corner was a real disappointment. Zani, though, has wiggled clear once, not the second time, and the whistle goes in favour of Victory. And after waiting 55 minutes to issue a yellow card, Sean Evans has now issued two in the space of 60 seconds. This one to Theoharis.
There's a foul there, and there's the second one.
Caution of the season for Christian Theoharis against his former club, of course, where he began his A-League career. Victory have another set piece, a little bit closer in this time, and once again that little game of tug of war between Duarte and Volupele is catching the attention of the referee. Top of the box as Piscopo drives it low, but with no real conviction. At the very least, Macca, Mark Jackson's team have quite literally, at the start of the second half, shown some fight.
Yeah, it's just disappointing we didn't see the balls get put into the middle. They were all keen for a bit of action.
It's a good header one by Duarte, which has left the Victory defender Roderick Miranda utterly poleaxed, and Duarte goes into the book. Well, it's becoming a card fest now. thought initially this was a good header one.
Well, he gets the arm up, doesn't he? Yeah. It's not swinging. It's you can see it's a foul, definitely. Yeah, don't really have a problem in that it's a yellow card. He doesn't swing the arm, but he does collect Miranda in the face.
We were here last night, Macca, for the Melbourne City Macarthur game. Well, Max Caputo got away with one that was probably a bit worse than that. Yeah,
and his face in the interview after the game probably gave away that he thought he was lucky as well.
Duarte into the book, making just his second A-League appearance since October. His first was off the bench last week against Western United. He's been out with an injury for quite some time after breaking an ankle. Kick set forwards to no great effect by Roderick Miranda. Equally so by Kaltak for the Mariners. Zani gets the better of Nathan Paul. Oh, it's a lovely little reverse pass for Piscopo as well. Piscopo finds the angle for the cross for Neroli at the near post, and Trent Sainsbury did enough. And credit to the perseverance of Daniel Arzani there.
Yeah. And it comes again from a long ball for the Mariners that they're not going to win. Daniel Arzani worked hard, aggressive down that right-hand side. He and Piscopo have been good.
Boss's corner, driven in to a really good area as well. Hooked away by Theoharis in the end for the Central Coast. It's the final half an hour at AAMI Park. Victory have not been as fluent in the second period as yet. Probably due to an improved performance by the Mariners. Now really threatening Mitch Langerak's goal. Victory fans trying to lift their team again. Teague. Cut out by Eames. He was then fouled by Piscopo. Shots on target column for the Mariners remains blank.
Well, Victory concede only 50% of their goals in the last half hour, so I guess that's something that the Mariners can look at. They've got to get down the other end, really, don't they?
Goals have been a problem all season for the Central Coast. Just 21 scored. Their top scorer, Alu Kuol, with 3, missing today. Long launch, finding Theoharis. There's space on the left if he could have found Maragis. It's good defensive work by Daniel Arzani, a part of his game that he sometimes gets a lot of criticism for. He worked hard to shut down that potential opportunity. Here come the Mariners again. Turned wide by Theoharis. Maragis. Harris, stop and a prop. Gazewski. through Sainsbury. Here's Docker. Eames turns back out for Docker. And a foul on Boss, and that momentum is stymied. Too often they've sort of got themselves into half-decent field positions, Macca, but haven't had really any end product.
No, they haven't. They seem to get to a certain area on the park, and then it's as though they're doubting themselves. Miranda has gone down. Casey Boss has gone down.
Well, Lachlan Jackson is already stripped and ready. So too is Alex Badalato, who is standing by to make his debut after signing on loan for the rest of the season from Western Sydney Wanderers. There's Lachlan Jackson in the foreground and Badalato behind him. So Roderick Miranda to take his leave. Lachlan Jackson will slot in as the left-sided central defender. And Daniel Arzani to be replaced as well by the debutant Alex Badalato. He's been good tonight, Arzani.
Yeah, he has been. It's been a response from Arthur Dillis' players, get their opportunity. He's worked hard in defence as well.
So our first glimpse for Victory fans of their new signings. He had a great AFC Under-20 Asian Cup where he was voted the most valuable player, helping Trevor Morgan's team lift the silverware. Now a chance for him to show fans of his new club exactly what he can do. Lachlan Jackson, of course, a familiar face to A-League fans, spent quite a few seasons with the Newcastle Jets before heading off to Korea. To see him back in the domestic league at the age of 29. Steele closed down by Balupale. Again, it's all rather untidy for the Mariners. Shake that head, I think, tells its own story, doesn't it, from Harrison Steele?
We've seen a few of them from the Mariners players tonight. Just hasn't been their year this year. It hasn't gone right.
Casey Boss has stayed down after that challenge. Play goes on. Here is Badalato. Casey Boss has really been in the wars tonight, hasn't he? One back by Piscopo. Back for Hamill. Lit up in the air by Teague. Now a break here for Badalato on the right. Piscopo furthest forward at the moment. Badalato for Valadon trying to place it straight in for H. Cullen.
Good positive play. Looking to get at the defence, get in the box, and there's your win probability.
Not much faith in the Mariners from here, probably understandably. By the way, it doesn't get any easier for the Mariners next week. They go to Auckland. Challenge by Kozewski. Theoharis just overran it. Might break for Docker yet. Victory ensure that it doesn't. Run by Balupale, just brought to a halt by Sainsbury. first engagement, by the way, is with real top six ramifications in away clash with Western Sydney Wanderers. Before Adelaide come calling to Amy Park. There's that challenge from Trent Sainsbury, beautifully timed.
Well, it's a big few weeks coming up for the victory, isn't it? So tight. That top six.
Docker. It's a corner off Valadon. That's how it sits at this precise moment. Victory would move up to fourth. Already you can throw a blanket over all those teams from second through to sixth. Very tight. Docker's corner. Fornaroli at the near post. Steele. It's the channel by Kozewski. Support from Docker. Steele again. Two waiting in the box, but Langerak always the favourite.
Yeah, I think that one needed to be whipped. To take the goalkeeper out of it. Since the chip was on the cards, Mitch Langerak was always going to come out and collect.
Kozewski. Nobody gambling for the Central Coast.
No, that's a great ball, actually, into a dangerous area, right between the penalty spot and the 6 yard. They just don't really seem to have any conviction to get the ball into the box, to make those runs, to get there. It's like they're waiting to see what their teammates do rather than anticipating, all right, that's where he's going to put it, well, I'll get there.
Careless by Boss, but quickly won back by Victory. Badalato. Piscopo haven't changed direction. He's got into a spot of bother though, and it's Valupale. Sorted out by Kaltak, touched by Duarte. A spin by Nicole Docker, and things could open up on the left-hand side for the Central Coast. Thea Harris on the ball. Moragas needed to go a bit quicker. Still might work out for them. Duarte.
Well, you called it, Simon. They needed to go quicker. Lucas Moragas made the run wide. Thea Harris basically held the ball until the Melbourne Victory defender was right in the face of Lucas Moragas, and then he gives him the ball, and what's he supposed to do in that situation? To him early so he can get a pace at the defender.
Is that just a confidence team that's sort of running through the team at the moment?
Yeah, I think so.
They've been a little laboured at times, haven't they?
Yeah.
I mean, they've certainly been better in the second half. Quite frankly, that wasn't saying much after the opening 45.
Yeah. Well, when you're a team that's full of confidence and it's all going your way, he just takes his touch and then he plays that ball. And then Moragas is going forward, getting the right back on the back foot, going backwards towards his own goal, and everybody moves up together. It just slows everything down.
Abdullah Faisal and Diesel Harrington are going to be next changes for the Central Coast Mariners, for whom Lucas Moragas is going to be withdrawn, and also their captain Trent Sainsbury. Captain's armband goes to Brian Kaltak. Ball's run out a bit by Kozewski. Sent forward by Harrington. Climb by Jackson. Good strength by Teague. Real coming together. Well, between Faisal and Teague. And Faisal felt that.
Yeah, welcome to the game.
It's way too far in front of Duarte. Just had little moments here and there in the second half, Mark Jackson's team, but never really looked like capitalising on them, and that stat remains. No shots on target. Here's Piscopo. Driving into the penalty area. Beating Paraj Colin, but also the left hand upright.
Well, credit to Sasha Kozewski there. He did enough to push Piscopo wide. The pressure on as we see some more substitutions.
Yeah, double change for Melbourne Victory. Nishan Balupale and Reno Piscopo take their lead as Santos and Zinedine Mashash come on. There's Nishan Balupale's opening goal, which came after 8 minutes. And you've got to say the changes that Arthur Dillis made tonight have worked.
Yeah, they've been lively, Melbourne Victory. First half in particular, I think they've dropped off a bit in this second half. It's been a mixture of a lively performance from Victory and a very lethargic one from the Mariners.
Quarter of an hour to go at Amy Park. And you mentioned the fact that you'd like to see Victory sort of drive on and really ram home their advantage. Of course, goal difference, given that the ladder is so tight, could be a factor as we approach the regular season's end.
And you see a team like Victory in fourth position in a really tight field against the Mariners team, who are clearly lacking confidence. You really want them to turn the screw, don't you? Send a message to the other teams coming in the next couple of weeks that we go for the full 90 minutes. Get 3 or 4.
Mashash. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's the first time he's been benched this season. Might have missed a game or two with injury, but certainly not a regular occurrence. First time this season.
You're always spot on, Simon.
And bringing the stats page always at hand. Valadon. Just on Valadon and Teague, and a lot of their work goes unnoticed, but they've been a really good combination. Set the platform for Victory.
They do. Early on this season, I likened to the Mariners duo from the past couple of seasons in Max Ballard and Nisbet, similar in stature, commanding, just as commanding as those two. But I also think Ryan Teague, with all as he should, gets a lot of credit. But Geordie Valadon, I think, sometimes goes under the radar. And we always talk about how good Ryan Teague is, and that is warranted 100%. But Geordie Valadon is exceptional, and here he is again.
Finding Mashash, who's going to unleash here. Flex away off Kaltak, and behind for a corner. Yeah, maybe it's because Ryan Teague gets a few more goals. Valadon yet to score in the A-League, although he did get the winner in the Australia Cup semi-final against Adelaide United. That was a tired touch, wasn't it, for Ryan Teague?
He's time wasting, isn't he?
Corner, much clear by Pride Cullen. Valadon. Just a little bit too much of a stretch for Teague, who is maybe fatiguing. Well, the last time that Melbourne Victory defeated the Mariners, which was 5 meetings ago, it ended in a 2-0 success for the Navy Blue. Bruno Fornaroli and that's spectacular from Bruno, and Fernando Romero were the goal scorers that particular day, March 2023. He's been on target again tonight. Going for a little scissor kick there.
He enjoys it, doesn't he?
Into the last 10 minutes at Amy Park. Shash setting Santos on his way. Adolato's cross, out by Harrington. Here's Fornaroli. Ryan Teague. Wasn't too far away, and it took a nick on the way through. It's going to be a victory corner.
There he is again. Spoke about duo. Anything that comes out, they're always there, aren't they?
Victory's 9th corner, which Badalato delivers, and headed towards goal by Mashash, but comfortable for Paraj Cullen. Steele's been robbed of the ball. Santos, Nathan Paul stealing it back on the blind side. Again, Mariners got caught, trying to be a little too cute, playing out from the back. Cost them a goal in the opening 10 minutes. Cleverly left by Badalato, and he's after the return from Mashash. Santos in the middle, it's Santos! Good save, Paraj Cullen, to keep the margin at just 2. Lovely flowing move by Victory. And they'll go again here through Teague. Santos. Via Rawlins for Teague. Maybe Santos just having a stretch a little bit too much from that previous opportunity.
It was lovely football, wasn't it? Making the most of a tired press from the Mariners, but wonderful football nonetheless.
back to Mitch Langerak, who is within sight now. Another clean sheet. Would be his 4th in 7 games since rejoining the club. Not too much wrong with the Victory defensively. I just feel at times that they haven't scored the goals that they threatened to.
I just don't think they kill teams off. I know tonight's been in cruise mode for the majority.
Only for the thoughts of those Mariners fans who've had a pretty miserable time tonight. Nikos Virgos is going to be Victory's next change. It's a clear foul by Josh Rawlins. You'd imagine a yellow card as well. Confirmed. And here is that change for Melbourne Victory, and Bruno Fornaroli is going to get a big ovation, as he always does. And here's the main reason why.
It was a wonderfully timed run, and he just turned Brian Caltech one way, then the other, and a clinical finish. Made the most of his opportunity, got himself on the score sheet. Gave him a little bit of breathing space.
That was goal number 111 in 204 A-League games. It's quite a record. And no doubt he'll be saying to Arthur Dillis now, you keep me in the starting 11. Nikos Virgos will have other ideas, of course. Here's the free kick for the Mariners. It sails all the way through. Confirmation of that booking for Josh Rawlins, just his 2nd of the season. Shot count has now gone up to 21 for Victory, 7 on target. And the Mariners have had just 1 shot all night.
Well, it tells a story, doesn't it?
And at times, and we've said this, you've almost been able to sense the frustration of some of their experienced players. Had such a wonderful couple of years, of course. Must be very hard to be down in the doldrums again. Here's Virgos as they look for a 3rd. Well, actually, Colin, I'm not sure knew too much about it, but not enough on it, and the flag was up anyway for offside.
I don't think he was. For age, Colin, I think, yeah. He gets out and gets the hands on it, takes it off the toe.
Eames with Rashesh right on his hammer. Harrington. Kozewski. Turned back by Faisal. Caltech. Heading down towards Theoharis. Needing an option, Harrison Steele provides. Kozewski. Faisal. Through the legs of Boss, but he should be there providing cover, but Valadon. Aaron is appealing for a foul now. I thought they might have had a case. Instead, it's Victory break clear through Mashash. Here's Virgos. Held up really well by Nathan Poole. Docker. run by Brazilian Docker. Casey Boss almost out on his feet.
Well, he's been in the wars the whole game, hasn't he? He's got knock after knock.
Geordie answering a couple of text messages. Here's Haynes, who got to the byline unchecked. And that's the reason why he was offside. So, Daniel McBride, Mariners, 10 points behind the top six, 6 games left. Too late, surely, for them to make a run.
Yeah, look, I think we can probably strike a line through 10th and down now, can't we? Newcastle Jets, big game tomorrow against Auckland. Back of 3 wins. They're looking to make it 4 in a row for the first time since 2009, I believe.
Right, 2009. It's not even in the grand final year.
So I'm told.
Wow. There is the bottom half of the table. Sydney not in action this weekend, of course, due to the Asian Champions League 2. Cardiff beaten last night. And Newcastle still with a few games in hand, so they could yet mount a charge. But you'd probably say the bottom 4 out of it. Here's a big chance for Burgos, and that's an unbelievable stop by Courage Cullen.
Yeah, it's a great save. And another mistake gives Victory another opportunity. Docker just a little too much in that area, and Nikos Burgos will be extremely disappointed that that hasn't ended up in the back of the net. Wonderful save from Courage Cullen. He's been busy tonight.
To the first of 5 additional minutes at the end of the 90. Alex Badalato with the corner for Victory, which Lachlan Jackson got a little piece of at the near post. Drawing towards a pretty satisfactory conclusion for Arthur Dillis. And a pretty good week for the club, some off-field investment as well. On-field progress to match it. Here's Casey Boss, who is down again. Goes central for Zinedine Mashash. Oh, what a goal! That is top quality. And perhaps a little message. Don't leave me on the bench again. What a hit. The icing on the cake for Victory. And the Mariners are sunk.
Well, it was a thunderbolt, wasn't it? Zinedine Mashash on the Harvey Norman replay. Ryan Teague was there. He said, "Get out of my way. I'm about to finish this one," and he rockets it into the top corner. Courage Cullen has been called into action on many occasions tonight. There's nothing he could do about that one. As it goes thundering into the net, he turns around to Ryan Teague and says, "See, told you, not a problem." What?
Don't question me again, young man. Even brought a smile to the lips of Arthur Dillis. It's his 4th of the season. It's now a 4-way tie for the Golden Boot for Melbourne Victory. Burgos has 4, Santos 4, Mashash, Valupale. In fact, it's a 5-way tie because Fornaroli's got 4 as well.
It's no more than they deserve. This will be offside.
No flag as yet on Burgos.
Flag there, but as I was saying, the 3rd goal, it's no more than Melbourne Victory deserve. They've been in cruise mode today.
Yeah, I think it tells a fairer story of what's happened over the 90 minutes.
Just the only real question is, why didn't it come earlier? It's been an absolutely dominant display.
Sadly, the Mariners will be a shadow of the back-to-back championship winning side at the moment. They have suffered an awful lot of departures. Here's Mashash, fancying another perhaps. Quite get the return he wanted from Burgos. Victory are having fun out there, and the Mariners just want to get on the toon bus.
Can't end quickly enough for the Mariners.
Dominance in every aspect this evening, Melbourne Victory. There goes Santos, and the centre for Burgos. Get the connection he wanted. In fairness, the cross was perhaps fractionally behind him. How much do we read into this performance from Victory tonight? Because obviously, and we've said it in mitigation, that Mariners have been poor this evening. Are Victory genuine challenges for silverware, in your opinion?
I think we're going to see that over the next 2 matches, if I'm going to be honest. I don't think the Mariners have really put up any showing tonight. To say the next 2 matches are, is it Adelaide and...
They got the Wanderers away and Adelaide at home.
Yeah, I think that'll be telling. 2 big matches.
That's for Mark Jackson's team. They go to Auckland next, and they will have to play an awful lot better if they're to avoid another result like this one. The Victory completely dominant from the first whistle to the last. A mistake by Hayne Eames, presenting Nishan Palupale with the opening goal on 8 minutes. Bruno Fornaroli then made it 2, and Zinedine Mashash off the bench with the icing on the cake in stoppage time. Big smile from Arthur Dillis. Victory for Victory, who strengthened their top 6 claims. They're up to 4th now, and surely in the process put an end to the Mariners' reign as champions of Australia. The Mariners stay in 10th, and it's now a 10-point gap to the top 6 with only 6 matches to try and turn things around. And certainly on the strength of tonight's performance, that does not look very likely. Onwards and upwards though for Melbourne Victory. Big call by Arthur Dillis to leave 3 big players on the bench, but it paid dividends. Goals from Mashash, Fornaroli and Palupale. Enough of that final scoreline, which reads Melbourne Victory 3, Central Coast Mariners 0.
Melbourne Victory, Alex Ballard. Well, some way to make the debut for the boys in blue today. You could have asked so much more than that. How do you feel out there on the pitch playing for Melbourne Victory and getting that massive...
Yeah, thank